Welcome to Jules Nest. You said it first. Jules Nest is the show about creative people and their stories. And today I have Connor as my guest. I'm very glad that he had an opportunity to come here and talk to me. We met only a couple times, and the place where we met, it was a meeting with filmmakers and actors and writers, other creative people. And I found it very interesting. I met a lot of cool people, and I just
You had a good time that night?
Yeah. I had good time.
Both nights.
Two times, yeah. Just wanted to ask you, what was the idea behind it? Where did it start? And how long do you plan it having for? And what is the main goal behind it?
So one, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I have done now 400 episodes of a podcast.
Really?
And so I know how hard it is to pull all this together. And like when you're hosting, you're thinking like, okay, are the lights right? Is the camera right?
Yeah.
Am I saying the right questions? And like when you're hosting, you're trying to keep a good conversation going in the back of your mind. Like you don't want to seem like you're rushing the questions. I know it's hard. So congratulations on getting this off the ground. That was I think you came to our 7th event and our 8th event this year.
Yeah.
So when I got to LA, I just started throwing parties last year. Got here last April. And I was in Boston, where I'm from. I've always been a hustler, like always pulled events together, podcasts. And so my goal when I got out here right away was, all right, I just got to meet as many people as possible. So I just started throwing events. And these specific events, the ones you went to, are solely entertainment industry people. So it's like directors, producers, filmmakers, people who work in streaming like Netflix, Amazon. I personally, as you know, wanted to make another movie. And so I'm in the process of doing that right now. And I was like, okay, I need to meet the people actually out here making stuff. So that was kind of the start. And then now we're going to be having our 9th event next week. I've realized like, okay, people are getting a lot from these things. I should just keep these going.
So this is, firstly, it was for you, and then after that, it was kind of beneficial for all people who coming.
I think I always like when people come to my events and then 2 weeks.
To produce the events, to host.
Well, no. Selfishly, I like when people come and then in 2 weeks I see them like creating something together. Like let's say you met an artist at the event. It would make me feel really good if then 2 weeks from now the artist was sitting in this seat and you were interviewing them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I have someone actually who I want to invite.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Was it August?
No.
White dude? Black dude?
White.
White dude, okay. Yeah. Well, I just know
we have to figure it out now.
Okay, yeah, we don't have to figure it out now.
So there is no limit where... Okay, 1 second. We have to let this thing go.
It's just a compressor in post. That's all you got to do, right? A little EQ.
No, it's never reduced as much as you want.
That'll make for great content. Don't you worry. Let me get you some napkins. That's fine.
That was fun.
That might be your most viewed clip yet.
I wanted to ask you about, you took your cup from the table.
I think it'd be best if I just hang on to the cup for now.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know if you saw us in post, but Yulia over here just went war mode on the cup. Totally just Gronk spiked it into the ground. But she recovered like a pro, so we're good.
We don't have anything. It's all.
It's
all
magic.
clear.
It's gone.
It's movie magic.
Exactly.
So I wanted to ask you about your YouTube, because I was always thinking to start a YouTube channel, but I didn't know what to start with, and you seem like a kind of person who just started with whatever, and then you was figuring it out on the way where it's going, because you have like a podcast with the people and talking about movie and productions, and it's all kind of in one channel. And like, was there idea, like one specific idea why you wanted to start it, or you just wanted to put the content out there?
I think you are doing a better job with like keeping one lane than I have. What pretty much use our YouTube channel for is just kind of documenting everything we've done because we've pivoted a lot. So like instead of when we started throwing events in like 2018, we were just putting up party videos and stuff like that. But then we started a podcast. So it's not like I changed channels where I was going to start a podcast channel. We just kind of documented it all under the same umbrella. So everything we've ever done, every video we've ever made will go up there.
And
it was never my goal to be a YouTuber or start a YouTube channel.
Yeah. And you started it when, in 2015?
Way back.
Like
Uh-huh.
oh, wow.
Been at it a long time.
When it was not popular at all. I mean, it was, of course, but not a lot of people. Not like now every other person doing that.
Has a YouTube channel.
Yeah. I think for me, starting a YouTube channel was a little harder because my English wasn't very good.
I was going to say your English is really good. For 5 years here?
Yeah, but I started back in Russia, English too. But
you're not really going to learn in Russia. You probably you got your real school here, right?
we had a good school, but we had a British English, and that's why when I came to America, I was like,
you had a British
what are
accent.
people talking about? And they don't understand me, and I don't understand them. So, but yeah, it's like.
So do you have a mean British accent?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I had a very British accent when I came here, and people didn't understand me. Then I was catching other people's accents here, and then when I realized that I have to speak with American accent, and I realized it's so much different. It's like a different language.
What were your thoughts of America when you came here, before coming here?
I just thought that it's a different world, and we always think of America like a different. It's not even. It's a picture in your head. It's not even a real country. It's something that you always have. Like, you've seen the pictures, you've seen the videos, but it doesn't seem real, because especially LA and all these cute little houses and all this like clean streets, and very different from our world, because it's. Have you been to Russia?
No, but I have been to Turkey.
Would you want to go?
Not after what you've described. Before I got here, yeah. And you started acting like it was the craziest place on the planet.
It's very different. Like, you should visit to appreciate where you live.
What I've heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, but because of the system, when people go to the grocery store and you go and pick out a box of cereal, every single box of cereal looks relatively the same because there's such a lack of creativity because of your system. Is that true?
No, I don't think. Maybe it was in Soviet Union. Maybe it was back then, but recently even I've.
So your grocery stores look similar to the ones you have here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So
Where did you hear that?
All right, maybe I'm just making stuff up. I don't know.
Yeah, someone told you that.
I believe everything I hear, I guess.
Yeah.
So would you consume American media over there? Like, would you watch American movies? And
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah. What's interesting about Russian and movies and television, for example, that a lot of movies and TV shows are just copied from Americans.
Are they?
American ones. Because we always have analogy to a certain TV show, to certain, not movie, I would say with TV show, I just can have an example here.
Right.
It's just like copy, paste.
So what's better, Russian TV or American TV?
I mean, American is better quality, I would say. Better, like.
What do you watch? Like, what did you watch last night?
John Wick 4.
Oh, really? How was it? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a great action.
I heard it's a lot. Like, it's a lot of violence.
It is.
But you like that?
It's cool. I mean, I always admired movies that kind of don't seem real, but it holds you on the edge of your seat. And you're like, I realized I had my popcorn and I was like this for like.
So you like the suspense?
10 seconds. I think I do.
Okay.
I didn't know, but.
He's a beast, though. Keanu Reeves is a beast.
Yeah, some people don't like him because of his acting, but I like him.
I like his acting.
Yeah, it's very, very.
Do you like Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Of course. Why not?
Why not? Do you like?
Well, people have a similar perception on him. Just his acting is so operatic and so over the top that he kind of created his own genre of acting. And
Okay.
but I personally love it. Like, there's no one like him.
I always think that people who, like, you can't judge how Johnny Depp is acting unless you are on a level of Johnny Depp.
No, I have a real problem since making a film, coming on my third now, of people actually judging people who get projects done. People have no fucking clue how hard it is. It is insanely hard to produce. And that's a project at my scale and my scope. I can't even imagine what producing a Marvel movie is like. Like, all of the details, all of the people you have to deal with, all of the relationships, all of the massaging of the egos. Like, it's tough. I can imagine it's very tough at that level, that you like bleed your soul out for 18 months and then a project comes out and people are just like, I'm not really feeling it. Like, you have no idea how much went into it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And especially when the movie is in the theater and you go there and all the people's emotions and all their like expressions are just like, yeah, it was cool. Or like, I like the movie, or I didn't like the movie. It's so much work, it's crazy.
It's insane.
Like, how you can just say I like the movie or I didn't like the movie.
What's up, man? This looks cool. I'm being interviewed as we speak.
For what?
It's our channel.
Okay, like a YouTube channel?
Hottest YouTube channel in the game. All right, man.
Oh, we forgot the wine bottle of
The rosé.
Yeah.
Do Russian girls like rosé? Do you like rosé?
Yeah.
White girls here love it.
Who?
White girls.
White girls? Oh.
White American girls love rosé.
I'm more like a red, I guess. My favorite one would be red, but I don't mind it. I don't mind any, not any alcohol, but any wine.
Got it.
I'd say, yeah.
Vodka fan?
No.
You don't like vodka?
No.
Okay.
It's a Russian stereotype. Not a Russian stereotype, like American stereotype about
Russia.
Russians. Because like we drink vodka all
Yes.
day, all night. It's not true.
Okay.
Especially people who move to America. They don't like, they're very about growing
What do you mean?
somewhere and the career and everything.
Like, did you feel when you got here, like, you had to be more career driven?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, for sure. Because in Russia it's different. You have to study, then you graduate to university, then you work in a kind of low-level job. Like, you go very, very little steps in your career, and you can grow from, I don't know, let's say $500 a month, because it's like real salary in Russia, like it's average salary, to $1,000, and it's going to be it's going to be major. But here it's a lot of dreams. It's a lot of opportunities. It's a lot of you actually realize that everything is possible, and you kind of like believe in yourself.
For sure.
I guess.
So you felt like when you got here, all the dreams you had when you were a kid were possible?
Not right away, with time.
With time, for sure. Let's say you and I sit down like this in 20 years.
Yeah.
Just like this.
Yeah.
Where do you want to be positioned? Be really honest with me and don't lie to me.
I don't want to be here.
Okay, well, let's say we sit down and we have another conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in my house, and like very, very, very nice one.
Right, where?
Here in LA.
In LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to be known for like being the best in my field.
Nice.
And,
You want to be
for-
recognized for your work?
Yeah, for doing my job and doing it the best. And I think when I get to the point where I will allow myself to try other fields of creative directions, I would do everything.
Nice.
What about you?
I have 3 goals.
Okay.
It's been my goal since I was 16. I want to produce a Marvel movie. I want to make $101 million. And I want to be in a Marvel movie. Once I do that, I'm leaving LA for good.
Oh, really?
I'm out after that. It's going to take a long time.
Do you think it's gonna be your home after all, and you're not gonna find anywhere?
LA?
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
You don't like LA?
Have you been elsewhere in the States? You've been in New York?
Yeah.
I really like LA because you're surrounded with driven people like yourself, which is really, really nice. I would never raise a family here, though. You would?
Yeah,
It's crazy in these streets, Yulia. Have you been outside? Did you see what
Yeah.
happened outside the event the other night?
No.
You didn't see that dude getting arrested with like 15 cops?
Oh, I saw something, but I didn't know what was happening. I try to live in Miami and I try to live in New York, and I don't see any other city yet for now where I would feel like I feel here. Maybe it's gonna come in 5 to 10 years. I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm done. Like I got what I needed and I'm gonna move out. And I think I mean it would be nice to live in, I don't know, Japan or Asia or somewhere
Yeah.
in like, I don't know, Sweden, whatever. But I don't think I'm gonna make a home there for myself.
Got it.
Maybe like I can stay there for some period of time, but I would always, for now, I would always come back here.
Got it.
Yeah.
You love it here.
Yeah.
You just don't like Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't like
I
Hollywood.
got it. Hollywood's crazy. This is what we call the snake pit, Hollywood. The snake pit.
Oh.
Did you come to our event? It's called a link up in the snake
Yeah.
pit.
Yeah.
That's as soon as we got out here, we started calling Hollywood the snake pit.
Okay.
Because there's this perception of, as you know, LA being like cutthroat, like everyone's gonna stab you in the back and everyone's out to get their own piece. And so we started calling it the snake pit.
You know what? I think that I always thought that there are some like crazy and fake people sometimes here, and I just that's why I moved to New York, because I realized that I don't like it. I don't like to see all this like someone pretending to be someone else, and then I thought if I would just switch the focus from these people, like they exist, you can't do anything with them, but I would switch it to people who I like and who I like to hang out with. I wouldn't be as sad and as disappointed in LA as I am if you just don't pay attention to these people
Yeah.
and still making your way.
It's your perspective, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and still making it happen for yourself.
I haven't really felt that way out here.
You have not?
I haven't
Okay.
felt, I think it's pretty easy to tell if someone's full of shit.
Yeah, I guess I was.
Well, you
Young
had just
and
got
naive.
here. Yeah. You had just got here.
Yeah.
No, but I agree with what you're saying. I think you're right.
Yeah. Coming back to you and filmmaking and movies,
Sure.
I saw, like, I was watching, because you have so many videos on YouTube, and I couldn't watch them all. So I found one video when you said that one time you made a movie that was $600. Mm-hmm. What was this movie about? It was your first movie, or it was some movie that you didn't release, or?
No, that's out. I've been making videos forever. So my first like short film, I always made stuff with no budget. And so, no, what's funny is like you go through stuff and you don't really understand what it's teaching you until like 5 years later. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So back then I was making stuff with no budget, and now we're talking about making a movie for $500,000, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with all this money? Like I made one for $600. Like what's going on? I made a film called The Adventures of Adderall Boy. Do you know what Adderall is?
Yeah.
So in college, I used to fucking love it. And I would always think like, wow, as a college kid, Adderall kind of gives you superpowers. So in the film, a kid takes Adderall and he turns into a superhero on campus. And that's when I knew, I was like, all right, I think I know what I'm doing. Like, I think I can do this shit.
So this was the idea for the movie that based on your experience, right?
For sure.
What is, where this idea come from for this movie that you are making now? About the dragon?
Yes, it's a dragon
Dragon
film.
movie?
It's called Conrad the Last Defender. I personally wanted a bigger producing challenge. On my last film, it was very VFX heavy, like a lot of effects and like bigger production. And I was like, okay, this is really fun if you can learn how to handle a big set. So we were like, what's the biggest, on an independent level, what's the biggest VFX challenge we could go for? So we said, all right, let's try to make some fucking dragons. And so everyone, when we started, which was like, I don't know, late 2021 with the idea, everyone's like, bro, you're out of your mind. Like, how are you gonna do this? And then we're almost here, brother.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Of course.
Did you get inspired?
Indeed, but are you a Thrones fan? How'd you
I'm
feel
not
about the ending? Be honest
Crazy
with me.
fan. I heard a lot of reviews before I watched it.
Yeah, so you were anticipating it.
So I was already thinking that, I mean, it's still, again, like I can't say that it was bad because I didn't make something similar. What did you think about it?
I thought it was just an incredible show. Like elevated TV like crazy. Me and all my friends would watch it in college together. Like we'd have big watch parties in the dorm. Everyone would be like, oh my God, Thrones is coming out Sunday night. I really liked House of the Dragon. Like I thought that, did you watch that?
I watched one episode, I think. Oh, yeah.
It was really good.
Okay.
Really
I have
recommend
to,
it.
to finish it, I guess.
Who's your favorite character? Sansa.
Why?
A strong woman.
No, I like Daenerys.
Well, another strong woman, right? She got crazy at the end though. It's like, come on.
Yeah, but wouldn't you go crazy if you have this power?
For sure, but I liked when she was teetering the line, like when she was like still moral, but also a power-hungry psycho. I like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you had that amount of power, you'd go crazy like that? Noted.
No, I don't know.
Make sure I keep my distance from you in the next 5 years.
I haven't. No, I think wherever I go, whatever I achieve, I don't think I will lose myself and lose my personality, and just I will always stay me. What about you? Are you gonna have?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna stay yourself?
Oh no, I'm gonna ego trip power, 100%.
Gonna lose it?
I have tried very consciously out here to keep myself around good people. Because I do think this is an industry where you could get your ego inflated like crazy. And so I've tried very consciously to keep myself around good people. And I try to do it every single day. And if I think I'm around someone who doesn't have the best interests of everyone, if I think I'm around a bad person, I just try to you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are you always good with people? Do you know if this is a good person or bad person? Or?
Do I have a good read?
Yeah.
I would like to think so. Do you feel the same way about yourself?
No, I don't think
You
so.
don't? No. Well, that's self-aware of you.
It was so many times that I thought
You've gotten played?
that it is a good person, and then I was wrong.
Let me ask you a very philosophical question.
Okay.
Why do you think humans go bad?
Digital world.
Oh, you think social media, you're saying, is like distorts someone's perception of themselves?
Not social media, but the dependence on that world in general, because if we go back in 100 years, like we wouldn't. Obviously, we wouldn't record this video, but that wouldn't, benefit us. But
I know. How would you start a YouTube channel in 1850? What would you be doing with yourself?
Yeah, I don't think it was a thing back then.
I doubt it.
Bloggers in
influencers.
19th
I'm
century.
on my horse. Look at this.
But yeah, I think people were more honest to themselves in general, and more interesting and more intellectual. And now it just becoming so easy, even with the videos that person have to see like very quickly because they don't have time, like the captions they have to read because it's easier for them to consume this, and it's like easier and easier, and how like far we will go to just become that plain. Let's talk about the movie that you already made, Apple Cinema movie.
Worst name of all time to name a movie. It was like the stupidest thing I ever did. The movie's really good, but the name is so dumb.
Why? Because of Apple? Because
it was just the stupidest thing we ever did. Like everyone's like, the name of your movie's Apple Cinnamon? I'm like, no, it's Apple Cinema. It's Apple Cinema. I will tell you. So the movie is really good. like production-wise, you'd see it, you'd be like, damn, this is like actually a Hollywood movie. This is sick. We could not come up with a name. In Boston, it was always my idea to film in this movie theater. My whole life, film in this movie theater. The name of the movie theater is Apple Cinemas. So that's like really heavy in the script, and you'll see it if you watch it. It's all about Apple Cinemas, Apple Cinemas, Apple Cinemas. The whole thing takes place. So when we started promoting the movie, we were like, what should we call it, right? We were just calling it like the movie at this time. It's stupid, I know. This is what happens. We're trying to get stuff done. We're trying to pull stuff together.
Movie.
It's just really stupid. So anyway, we just like, okay, we're gonna call it Apple Cinemas. So we start promoting it like crazy. We're getting up on billboards, we're in the streets saying Apple Cinemas, we're telling people about it. But I did not ask for explicit permission from the owners of the theater to name it Apple Cinemas. And so then now they're coming after me, right?
So you was thinking that it's going to be beneficial for them because you kind of promoting them and...
It's like, what if we made a movie about this apartment building? They'd be pumped, like a full feature. But mind you, I was a first-time filmmaker, and people where I'm from don't do this.
Yeah.
So they're like, what, they shoot a porno in our movie theater? Like, what is the movie? So now they're coming after me when we're marketing it. And then I'm like, yeah, the name of our movie is Apple Cinema. They're like, oh, so it's premiering at Apple Cinema? Like, that's where we're going to do the premiere? I'm like, no, that's the name of the film, is the movie theater. They're like, dude, what's going on here? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it was a lot of
misunderstanding. It's like if you were to make a movie tomorrow and go name it Nike. Everyone would be like, dude, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You produced the movie, you wrote it and directed and acted it in it,
and I was in it as well. You have to. Like, how else? No one was going to give me an opportunity. We just had to do it on our own.
So the idea was that you was writing a movie for yourself to be a star. Did you want to
That didn't hurt.
Okay.
That part was nice. It is a very fun, acting is very fun. But it was probably maybe 4%, less than 0.4% of the equation. It was like the smallest period of what actually took to get all that done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I knew that going into it. So I was able to enjoy actually acting in the scenes, but I was like, I know I have mountains of work to do before this thing is even close to being ready.
Yeah.
I love to act. It's very fun. I'm acting in the next
You didn't
picture.
study acting or anything?
I've been acting my whole life.
Oh, I mean.
No,
okay.
I've been acting around my family.
I'm sorry.
No, I've been acting like around my family, like I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I mean that's all we do.
I'm joking. I've always liked making people laugh. I've never, like when we shot our film, I'll show you some stuff. When we shot something the other day, I was talking to some girl, and I was like, why would I ever go to acting school? Like, I feel like it'd be pointless. Like, don't you just kind of like figure it out as you go? She's like, I went to Juilliard for 6 years. Do you know what Juilliard is? I was like, okay, sorry. Didn't mean to be disrespectful. But don't get me wrong. If on this next project, if we shoot the proof of concept and it's phenomenal and people love it, and then a Warner Brothers or something comes to us and like, we love the idea, but we want Robert Pattinson to play the lead, I would obviously do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is your goal for now?
I just want to get the project done first. Okay. I'm not thinking 50 steps ahead. We shot 3 scenes.
Okay.
We're launching a Kickstarter.
Okay.
At our 10th event. The one last week was our 8th. So at our 10th, we're going to launch the Kickstarter, and we're going to crowdfund enough to just shoot the proof of concept. To show, look, we can make the dragons. We can get this done. We can make it look really sick. Then bring that to someone with money and say, hey, can you support us making the full movie? That's our plan right now. But in my mind, it's just like, just get it done. Just figure out a way to get it done. Just get it done.
And then, like ideally, if you would sell it to any streaming services, or? For
sure, that'd be sick. I would like this project to allow me to produce 2 big projects a year. Like if that's what my career could turn into, that's what I would like. So like 2 big movies a year, I would executive produce every year. I love Mark Wahlberg's career. That's the career I would want. Do you know him?
I know him, but I'm not sure if I'm very familiar with his careers.
He's in all of his films, but he's also a beast producer. Like he's created a bunch of TV shows, a bunch of movies. He has his own production company. I really like the entrepreneurship side of things.
What would be your dream title of being a producer, I guess?
Rich as hell.
That's a good one.
I don't have a good answer for that. I know I want to produce the Marvel movie, be in the Marvel movie, and make $101 million. And once I do that, I hope
The next goal.
I hope I have a private jet, and then we can fly you out to Japan, and you can buy a dream house out there.
Not in LA.
Definitely not in LA. I'm not supporting that dream.
What is the idea behind you doing filmmaking? What are you giving to the world?
I have tried very hard over the past 7 years, and I know I'm just getting started, but to document what this slow rise has been like, because I've come a really long way. And so I think ultimately in 5 years, when I reach a certain point, I think people are gonna be able to look back and all of it's pretty much documented. And people can use that, like, damn, that dude did not have it figured out, but he just did not fucking quit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's one thing. Two, I'm learning at this age. How old are you?
26.
I'm 27. I'm learning at this age, like, you have certain gifts for a reason. You have to use them. I'm really good at pulling the pieces together. So if I wasn't producing, it's like I'm wasting my talents.
Did you ever imagine yourself doing some kind of like regular office job?
I would kill myself. I would swan dive off your balcony.
That's honest, yeah.
I would literally kill myself. I'm so serious. Oh my God. This is the longest I've sat down in months. I'm serious.
What about your interviews?
I wish they had a camera underneath the table because you'll see my feet like.
No.
I should take you to the.
You can see your feet.
You can see my feet.
Yeah.
You might have to crop that. The lab work. I'll take you to the studio in Hollywood so you can see it. It's like a proper studio. And
Proper studio, not like this.
this is a nice
Shitty
vibe.
setup.
No, this is a nice vibe. In there, you feel like the lights are on you. You feel like you're in Hollywood. Here, I feel like, okay, I'm sophisticated.
What would you recommend to a person who wants to make a movie but they don't know where to start?
I can only give a recommendation from my experience, and it will be different for everyone. But what I did is I wrote out 5 goals a day that I knew were going to get me closer to completing. And that's how I evaluate. And I'm sure it's just like you on a daily basis, getting your own things done. 5 goals a day that moved me closer to completing. And one thing people should realize, if you don't have a studio backing you and you're doing everything on your own, it's going to take a very long fucking time. It is going to take a really long time. So take it day by day and just move through it very slowly. So what that might mean on my list, like today, provide 1 round of edits on our Kickstarter teaser, contact our colorist and give him references. We ordered a certain ad space to start promoting the Kickstarter. That was the 3rd thing. Then this is also kind of separate, but book a DJ for the event next week, who I'm really pumped about. I think you might like her a lot. And then call my co-producer and ask him to do 1 final revision on our Kickstarter. So these little things, but I know if I keep that going over the course of 4, 5, 6 months, I'll have a finished product.
And you write those goals every
day.
evening? Like
Yeah,
for the next
usually
day?
the night before.
Okay.
Is that how
Yeah,
is that how you do your day too?
Yeah, I do, but sometimes I have a shoot day, for example, and I don't write anything because I know that I'm gonna be in a shoot, and whatever I have the rest of my energy for, I will just do that.
What did your parents do, if you don't mind me asking?
My mother is the teacher.
Okay. What does she
And
teach?
Art.
Okay, I guess makes sense, right?
And my father, he had a construction company, one of the companies that were building the city,
Got it.
I guess. Yeah.
So he's an entrepreneur, your dad?
Yeah.
Got it. It's a nice blend, right? You got the creative and the business.
And that's
Now we're here, right?
where I appear. Yeah.
Do you feel like at this age that you're becoming more like your parents?
Yeah.
You do, right?
A lot. It's crazy. I never thought I would be like my mom or like my father. My classmate, he knows her because she was our class teacher.
Okay.
And
Oh, your mom was your teacher?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he came to me, and he didn't see me in like 5.5 years, and he told me, "You're such like as your mom. Small things that he sees in me that is her." And I'm like, yeah, I know that.
So you think you're more your mom than your dad?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, for sure. I'm just gonna say if you don't,
Do whatever you want.
if you're okay with it.
Logging out from the Jewel's Nest.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed our conversation. That I felt like I was interviewed more than Connor, but
I had fun.
it's yeah, we had fun at least. And I hope you had fun, and I hope you'll come back next time on my 5th episode.
You have to include the mug slam.
I will.
You have to.
Let's repeat it again.
Bam. You want to spike this one?
No.
Go ahead.